Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what could very well be the final episode of the Chola series, and this is a perfect scenario to end the series here. The Catholics have declared a crusade for Croatia against the Buddhist Kingdom of Serbia, which the King of Serbia, Boleslav, who is the King of Serbia, Croatia, Glesivonija, which that title doesn't mean much to them anymore, and the King of Carinthia. In fact, Serbia, Croatia, and Carinthia, that might as well be Buddhist Yugoslavia in a way. You know, like the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, or Slovenes, something like that. Buddhist Kingdom of Yugoslavia, which Boleslav, problem. He's inbred and he has a lisp. So, he was born all wrong, and I don't see what's wrong. I mean, I could see it's the same dynasty, but are they anyway related to one another? Let's see. It's like a family tree. I mean, yeah. Like, are they siblings or cousins? Well, they're somehow related, and that's what led him getting inbred. And, sorry for the silence. It's just I was just trying to read. Alright, now, anyways. Yep, a war against Buddhist Serbia, which means many Buddhists will come to defend him. But guess who's coming to defend Serbia? India. Yes, the old Samrat Chakravartin Irajadicha bear spirit is 67 years old, and there's a good chance that he will die during the war. Not by action, but naturally. I mean, once he passes, then his Jain grandson, who's already bared a few good children, which now, his two sons hate him. Well, my great-grandchildren, well, I don't know what's the matter with you. I mean, you are Jain and you're a military man. But then again, you're not a true Jain in a sense, as you are out of patience. Meditative. Did you give them ambitious? What about him? Doesn't appear to be. Clearly he must have done something wrong in taking care of these children. But as I said in the previous episode, once I pass, Pantoram, although he's of a Jain faith, he will continue to fight the good fight on the defense of Serbia and everyone else who believes in righteous living. So it's like, yeah, he may be a man of peace, but he's not afraid to make peace with force. And that's what we're going to get involved for. Offer to join the war. Say Croatia, if we win, the Pope pays a lot of money to Boleslav, or whoever his successor might be, because he won't live long because of that inbred tree. And, of course, his moral authority goes down while the Buddhists will go up. And all that good stuff. But if we lose, well then, there is a way to get revenge. So we are coming. In fact, all of the Indian army will be coming. So I've already, prior to recording, I've already raised all the armies and ships to go to their destinations to gather around, and then continue to march, sail westward, and then march to the Iraqi-Syrian areas to more marching. The Greeks, Thracians, Anatolians, Persians, and others, including those from the Rashtrakuta kingdom, that's from Russia, parts of Ukraine and Russia, to be more specific, even all the way up there. Kalinga, Ganga controls up there? Well, it's kind of too far to get them to march all the way down here by the time. This front line is mainly going to take place in the Croatian and Bosnian areas, because Crusade for Croatia, they mean all of the parts of Croatia proper, Slavonia, Bosnia and Zahumia. That's what concerns it. Most I've already moved the troops, some of them that cannot be boarded on ships. I've ordered them to march into Zagreb, which is the modern capital of Croatia. I took a little drink. Now, before we get to unpause, and I guess this is about as good as time as any, but I've been withholding this information these last few episodes of what is the next series for Crusader Kings 2 here on the Lord Master channel going to be. Well, I'm going to reveal it to you right now, so pay close attention before this epic war starts. My next series will be somewhat, similar to the past series with Bosnia, Ragusa, Assyria, and this one in one common theme, and that's minority culture. In this area, the home of the Sogdian culture, that is where I'm going to be playing as next, in Sogdiana. So yes, this next series, which will be coming later this spring, it will be the Sogdian series. So yes, they are of the Iranian culture. It will start in 769 AD at the early start date, and this could be the very last series I will do a 769 start. And I'm thinking it could be the very last series I'll do, but I think after that one, regardless of outcome, if I win or lose or whatnot, there might be one more series left in me, which will be till later in fall, which of course I would be posting these episodes by the time Crusader Kings 3 rolls around, but I just want to give it time before they improve the game and add something, and I'll get it on sale. Again, it's too far away to think about. So let's think about, this war, and then I will talk a little more detail about the upcoming Sogdian series on the Lord Master channel. Because I will give out a little more details before we finally get on out of here. So, alright. Remember, when the time of battle comes, use the war sacrifice. And as well as some of the other ones. Especially the Call to Glory. Because we never used it in the past, but I don't think it's necessary because look at us. Over 200,000 strong. 200,000 of the Indian army will be coming to Serbia. Will be coming to Croatia. Will be coming to Corinthia. All these areas. India is coming, Serbia. So just hold on for the confirmation. Hey, inbred boy. Sorry about that. It's like, well, you shouldn't make fun of it because, because inbred is like having the worst of combinations of weak trait and imbecile, and this is the result again. All because of the parents that are somehow related to one another. Which, by the way, how'd you become king? Inherited. Yeah. Born or dying. Ah, there's the queen mother. Who's currently married to Vukan II, who is the Duke of Mosia, son of Ilia, and Berbat the Wise. Ah, that's how they're related. Now, anyways. Small vial of my blood, I see nothing wrong with that. I didn't become infected. Nope, no infection, but I'm still gonna die later on anyhow, due to old age. Virtuous Blade Master Rajaditya. Alright. Now we know who's who. And looks like we're about to have our first encounter. Which, matter of fact, put me on this flank. Because, we need all the motivation we can get to defeat the small armies. So now we know whose side are they on. So, I mean, these are the Catholics that will be going up against, including the Empire of Francia. The empire that I wanted destroyed. Because that's the final goal of this playthrough, hence the reason why I believe this is a perfect time to end the series. That empire over there needs to be destroyed, so that way there can only be one superpower in this world. And on the side, these are the aggressors, and these are the defenders. Other than India, many of the vassals in Italy, parts of the Indian Empire. So yes, this would include, Greeks, Anatolians, Iraqis, Persians, Egyptians, and even there don't appear to be many in the areas that are Buddhist. I mean, Kalinga Ganga, you're not joining the front, are you? No, you got other problems, but you would love to join. I mean, you're not part of this too, it doesn't appear to be. But I know they are. The old Seljuks. Buddhist Seljuks. So do not worry. 200,000 of the Indian army will be coming, including more additional allies from the east. You're not alone, Serbia. Plus, we've already sent ships on the way. They'll be in the Gulf of Venice as we will get to positions. You are the first to go down. Yes, morale of the armies go up for about a year. Oh, you don't hurt yourself. You got a cat. I wonder why they call you Red Cheeks. It's all that blood, one can assume. Land your troops here, and then return to port. And first one's already made their landings. So head to Antioch. Antioch is the place of gathering. And we may need more ships for this. I mean, there's enough supply to have all of us in here, but man, oh man, we need to trim that army a bit more. And there is enough ships to ship you guys across. We'll be there on the 20th. Assuming nothing bad happens over in the Croatian front line. Alright, you look. They're next. Let's see what's going on right now. Yeah. Veronin, Serbian, Vukovar, Empenstein. Going after them. Also, mind you, the war could also end earlier than expected if allies were to reach this new capital of the papacy after we drove them out of Rome on the previous episode and gave it to Italy. You will hold your position, like in case if the French armies get closer and closer, then now our army will stand guard until further reinforcements come up. Let the allies do the fighting. I mean, it's not laziness, it's just we're just being cautious. Wouldn't say that. If you can manage to besiege the capital without them taking any counties, that'd be a great victory. And one would think is that I would probably have, well, very well overhype the war. You know, make it sound more spontaneous than it actually is. Four army groups. That's how we're gonna have it. Just wait for more ships to come. Fortunately, you're all standby. But we got some additional reinforcements from the further parts of the Empire frontier. And the question is, where are the French? I know they got many wars to deal with, but I think this will keep them busy. Unless they're out there, dealing with peasant revolts, maybe. Frickin' mad woman. What I would do to duel you right now. I mean, we can't do it while it's in hostilities. But remember, I have a plan for Francia. How much grace again? Way more than you would want. Put me over there. I'm feeling courageous about taking on that army myself. These are papal troops. No, I do not drink from the skulls of my enemies, I laugh. When one curious could let slip a question about that time I decapitated an enemy on a battlefield. But that's not a bad idea. I like your humor, boy, I Sam patting on the back. You're never gonna let that story go, huh? Now I get center of attention. Which, by the way, as more enemy troops are coming in. Especially to their positions in Vrasden, where I was assigned. That means I'm better at leading the center more. We ain't afraid. You've already made your first occupation by, Pisac of Pisa. Pisac of Pisa. How do you like that? Which, by the way, Sogdian name. And no, unlike the planned Sogdian series, no, we're not going to have Sogdians living in other countries. The purpose of that is to have another Zoroastrian playthrough at a place where Zoroastrianism came from. I mean, it's near Sogdian. Like, if you're talking about where did it originate, Zoroastrianism or Zoroaster, where he was born. I mean, people could guess, and the scholars, well, okay, that's a whole nother story for the Sogdians. Right? A lot of Serbian army, including Hellas, Bari, Rimini. Oh, they're following them. They have not occupied a single inch of Serbia. But more and more enemy troops are moving in, and more friendly troops, including Indians. Alright, just take it from here. Reinforce. Actually, let me do it. You move to Brad. Bari is following me. Yeah, not going so well for the Islamic Caliph, who is our friend. Get back to position in Vrasden. Right. That's that, then. Finally ended that damn war. Or was that a different one? Who knows? Serbian armies advancing. What are you doing? Tyranny. Oh boy. Oh god, I forgot about the army of India from yes. We should have enough. Sorry for the delay for our best troops as far as technology spread is concerned. What the hell are you standing there for? Incompetent! Don't you know that the country's in danger? Damn you guys! One would think that. You did your job. More reinforcements will be coming, but hold your phone. Because what's my project called? Army group here, 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 and here. Or actually here, here, and here. And then you make your way, and I will pick up the rest. Oh yes, we can bring additional ships from over there now. Hold on, clear up. Have them stationed here. Including Anatolian and Thracian ships. I want every sailor available that knows how to sail the Mediterranean into the Adriatic. Because we got a lot of people coming. This will definitely fill the bill. Got a lot of guests coming. Just hold positions until we see a very large army coming up. And the Serbians are doing fine. Our Buddhist allies are doing well for themselves. Gonna continue to cause unrest in the realm. I'm just trying to undermine them. They have the hills advantage. Shall we move in and save them? No, they got enough. They'll manage. Hold on, where? Raiders. Again, I'm in awe of how many are there. I mean, yeah, I've seen Crusades with troops of many great numbers, but not this many, especially from, you know, I respectfully disagree, from around the world. Alright, you're almost there. 2,000 ships. That's good enough. I think I know what you're asking. Alright. See how we're gonna do this. One here. Second army. Third army. And a fourth army. You're all gonna have to land the hard way. here? Will we disband here? Dodge your transportation roll. I'm thinking maybe we should just move troops, you know, just form along this line. Or move to some other country where we'll fight the enemies there. Like Croatia, for example. Go back and fight against the Knights Templar and the others. Or you will take up positions in Dresden. Get back to Donia Cry for a bit. Oh, no. Voss, remember, as we bring many armies, you just form a front line that extends from Agilia to Turnitin. It's a very large front line we're creating. Now more troops are coming. As we are arrived on the scene in Ossia. And yeah, there are some that are fighting amongst each other, but that's for territories back home. There we are. Now you move up there. Even though Bazar shouldn't be following me. But that's at their behest. I can't do anything about it. Serbia and Hellas have advanced into enemy territory. But they got more coming. Wish for them the best, because it's a forest up there. At least it's not on hills. Begin your march. Just in case you don't interact with the other armies. Until you reach this point. Same goes to you. Who's that for? Oh, Bazar. And there's one. Again, we heavily outnumber them. Even the strongest empire in that world can't field this much. But wars are beginning to wind down on their end, and soon they're going to be fully committed to this crusade of theirs. Sometimes when you hype something thinking it's probably the biggest damn war ever, but in actuality, you know, this happens where we get the upper hand. That happens in some of my videos sometimes. I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Well, this one we might. Fars in India is about to run into trouble. I'll lead this detachment. Oh, and you guys too. On him. We are holding them off. Imprisoned, huh? You know, hit it right now. War sacrifice. That will up the morale more. The morale damage, morale of armies, and we move a bit faster That's only if I'm on the flanks. So I'm just basically motivating. Reinforcements from Egypt. Oh, hell. Battle high up in the mountains. Serbia's involved too. Hey, Borisov, you still around? Yeah, still with us. Hasn't died of complications of being inbred. Land here. Also, what? Syrian Holy War for... Wait a minute. Mukhtarid is no longer our tributary? Oh well. You were useful to us, but not anymore. It's already the end of the series anyhow. Now, get back to Antioch and pick up the troops. They are badly needed of transport. You've done well. Should make the economy improve. It's still on the march. Yeah, basically Croatian and Corinthian and Bavarian front line. The Empress is dead. Assassinated. I guess my plans to, destroy a rivalry war has gone away. But do not worry. Ireland's about to win. That means she will fully commit her troops to this crusade, so it's gonna escalate a bit. But I have a plan. You always do. Alright, you lot. Move up. You take their place. We will go to Zagreb. Even though it might be a little too much, but we'll take acceptable losses of supply. Though it'll get worse in the winter. So basically, we're creating a human wall here. Navaris, we're not advancing yet. We're just waiting for the right moment. Is the Pope in battle? No, he's not. What about his cardinal? I highly doubt it. Halt here. These Tau troops moving. Not Taoist, it's from Georgia. Yeah, that's where it's from. Everybody's almost there. Just restricting their access to come into Croatia. The French are fighting. Who's that? Oh yeah, part of that other war. That's what they ran into. So now we know the French are there. our allies are not besieging area. What the hell are you doing? You had it won. Taking the capital in that county would win you the war. Oh, thank you. Who's that? Where is that from? Oh, over there. That's the name of your house, right. These Buddhists that just saved our 84-man army there, and the army of Count Milorad is coming to destroy them. But wait, there's more. Knights of Lesbos. Knights of Lesbos? Does that mean it was founded in Lesbos County? I assume so. Like, I guess that's the equivalent of Knights of Sardinia, but no, it's Knights of Lesbos that originated from this island, which is now under Indian control. Hey, I got a stupid question. Can he take on all night under them? If not, well then, I guess we'll send you guys over. Let's cross the river, and we have forest defense. Imagine a frickin' guerrilla army in the middle of the forest here in that part of Slavonia, Croatia. We have 35 light infantry, 13 pikemen, 30 archers, and 6 heavy infantry. You know, I just want to see this for myself. This would be fun. Until we all get killed, and then we're gonna have to come over there and save their asses. Or avenge them. This is who they send after me, these Knights of Lesbos. And the Grandmaster is there too, which he does have a saintly bloodline. Oh god, damage against religious enemies? I think I made a calculated mistake. And boy, oh boy, these skulls that he's inherited. I don't think it matters. Forest, river crossing, manner of religious zeal, he's going to kill us. What? Serbia and the Alans are coming! Hold them off for another week. Or so. Seems they're not taking any losses. Yeah, we're getting killed out here, but don't worry. They're coming to save us. Get it together, boys. It's a heck of a notable action. We just pulled against the Knights of Lesbos. As I lose my patience. That was a bad idea, but it worked. We were just, they'd say, hey, over here, and then they're attracted by it, and here comes the Alans and the Serbs to destroy the rest. Now, anyways, all of them have arrived. More Knights of Lesbos, but that's no longer our issue now. Get to your ship. Get ready to make those troops move. Because we're about to form this human wall that will extend to there, and then we'll make our advances to enemy lines. It's part of our original plan. Our grand plan. I don't think it's wise to be standing here any longer. I think you need to link up with these guys. Actually, What the hell are we doing? I got a stupid idea again. Because I see a few of these guys and I kind of want to fight them. Yep, another small battle against the army of Livonia at Westlander. Yep, Irajaditya is not leading his large armies. Instead, he's leading a small band of troops of the Indian army. Which, by the way, where do you guys come from? Liege levy of Beku. Beku. I mean, that's Buddhist. Beku who? Wait a second. Aren't you guys from all the heck way over in Arsana? Because I only recall having one Beku vessel. I mean, he's of a Persian culture, but the land is Sogdian. Oh, these guys are Sogdians. That's the only Beku direct vassal I have. These are Sogdian troops from Sogdiana. That's who I'm leading them. A mighty Indian man leading a band of Sogdians. So we don't have much archers. We have 6 heavy infantry, 12 pikemen, and 30 light infantry. And I'm a direct leader, but it doesn't matter if we don't have elephants. We have morale damage. And we fight better on the defense, and it's winter, but it's still in the middle of summer. And I'm trying to get rid of my Craven. So don't mind me. And we're going to be taking them on. Because these guys have 12 light infantry, 34 heavy infantry, and 3 light cavalry from Livonia. Westlander has 7 light infantry, 6 heavy infantry, and 2 archers. Yeah, here we go again. And we're going to stop them from, picking off the Serbs in a delaying action. Instead, we're going to delay them. You, my friend. He's a veteran crusader, obviously. He's a doctor of natural philosophy for a Norseman. Wonder if they're going to be coming, even though we can handle it ourselves. We have shield wall, and they're shooting at us with volleys. But they'll be retreating soon. We lost a man. Now they're retreating. Now they realize who the hell I am. We don't know who we lost exactly. Let me see the initial and... Actually, despite what it says, I think we didn't lose anyone at all. Maybe it's just the number deceives. I think we may have lost pikemen if I remember correctly. Yeah, this small battle that took days or weeks apparently. Like one would think this small battle, even though they only took light casualties and it's in the middle of the plains. It's like, what have they been doing in the past few days if there were days where there were no casualties? I would assume they're probably just shouting obscenities at each other. That's what I would assume. Telling, who's the superior and whatnot in this deadly, deadly war. Well, we killed most of their infantry on that little battle. But going up against them, not the thing you would want to do. Like maybe go up against 100. Initially had 84, but now there's only 69 of them. Unless any of you small guys want to join up in. Like, hey, why don't you come join this merry band of these guys? Cannot believe we're doing this. And speaking of, cannot believe we're doing this. Look, they've landed on the coast. just as when we have plans to land. Okay. 2 army groups land here. You land over there. You two will make safe landings in Zadar until further notice, when we get everything together. I mean, we could have tried another amphibious assault, but they'll be out of there by then. It's a risk we're willing to take. French army sighted. And a couple more back there. Get out of there! Oh, hell. Move in. Estergom is here. Well, not here. They're in retreat, actually. Okay. So we're bringing the Indians along with Pisans, Bazarans, and Tomatarakan. Tomatarakanian warriors. Okay. Tomatarakan. What's going on over there? Making gains. That's what we're doing. Oh, they saved us. Who are they? Buddhist Serbia, Egypt, Samos, and... as they make their successful landings. Finally, we have allies besieging this capital. It's Nizibin, Abkhazia, Dorlanion, and Telingid. And many more are still out there. Come back here. Capture the Crusader. Capture the Count. We captured the captain of the Papal Guards. Yeah, they're basically without leadership at this point. And defending Zadar, home base of the Balkans. Yeah, you go back there. Welcome to our troop. And you're the one that gets the troops moving faster than I. Where are you going? Well, let's just try to get out of here while we can. Not going anywhere. Alright, time to make another movement. Yeah, it's just this thing we've planned on. Make some room, all of you. Make way. Boy, how the hell do we have to get everybody home? Italy, likely. Wow, us small guys with a nearly contingency of Hijaz. Oh yes, down in Arabia where Mecca and Medina are. These guys. Sogdians and Arabs. Surprised it didn't catch their attention. Get back to your normal position. Yeah, we're making moves. You've only occupied one holding. Of course, that leaves Esztergom in the open. Which means, yeah, we'll let them and then we'll catch them. But when does it start? 25th? You'll be out there on 24th. No. But they're besieging that part of Bosnia right now, and more will be coming. But Serbia and her allies can take care of that. That's up to the vassals. I'd just love to fight the French army one time. They prevented their crossing again. And more is going to destroy them. Oh, here comes the French. And more French. The heck? Is this a current issue in Lanka that I am unaware of? Or in Gallo? That's up to there. Whatever it is, war is over. I guess it must have been some sort of issue until, well, they died in battle against this Telugu administrative tutor. Just issues back home. Let them have their fun. Do not worry, Croatian territory is protected. We will not give them an inch of Croatia. For as long as we hold it, the war score continues to increase. That's how it's going to work. But unfortunately, this is, my last war, I'm very old now. Come on, give me somebody to fight. Yeah, the French are getting together now, which is very, very deadly. We just only want to fight one critical battle that'll destroy the French army in their numbers. Matter of fact, that is the main army of the French. I mean, I have this other war, but I don't know if they're going to be committed to that. Again, led by Nanette's girl. Hey, if we turn them Orthodox, if we can get rid of her and install an Orthodox, would that make them quit the Crusade? Give it a try. But I'm still going to destroy their empire anyway. I got money, willing to pay, and we'll send a spy master over in Paris. Because I hear Paris is a lovely time of the year. That's your court decision? Everything's going to go to hell in a handbasket for them. Well, they're turning back, probably going for the Lithuanian situation. Good job. Hey, hey. Let's go. Huh. Eh. We'll let you cross. We're still gonna hunt you down. Come on, catch up to these morons. Wait a minute, what the hell are we got ourselves into? Quick, save us. We got him. No, 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 don't go that way. Well, we can't command it now. Orders still stand. What are they up to, the French? And she will be assassinated soon enough. It'll turn orthodox and then we'll initiate another plan. Oh, hell no. What are we doing? We done a tactical error. If Serbia and our allies can come save us, like once again. I'm patient again. More morale defense. And it came us in the nick of time. Yeah, size of our force is just getting reduced and reduced. I mean, at least my personal army that I chose to lead over the other ones. I mean, they're getting bigger and bigger, so. But remember, controls Croatia. Do not let a single inch of Croatia fall. Otherwise, the war score is going to change, and then we're going to start our offense. Ours is mainly defensive. That is my initiative. Oh. Bosnia. Hey, Bosnia. It's up there. Since I prefer to lead, my own troops. You guys are gonna lead this one. That way. Because do not forget that Bosnia is part of Croatia. The back door. This will wake them up. Will be locked in 6 days. December 4th. So far, so good. We're coming in. Probably a bad idea, but why the hell not? I'm a master of bad ideas. I'm an old man. Clearly, I have senility on my strategies. Now the spy master has joined in, and they'll definitely get rid of her in a heartbeat. Alright, smothered with a pillow by the maid we brought. She wasn't caught, and no one has any reason to put blame on me. The world is too cruel for children. She was too. Yep, they've quit the Crusade. Even though it's 70,000 strong, and no longer part of this Crusade. Well then, do it. At the same time as this blasted holy war here. Now China launches an invasion to destroy Francia. This is your only chance at it. I mean, they're not at their full strength. Not yet, at least, but you could say this is probably at their weakest. They were weak earlier, but the woman is slow, and the children aren't any better. So now they've lost their manpower. Yes, the heavenly Chola Prantaka Emperor Shizu of the Jin Empire agrees with your wise judgment that Jan Din Mortain threatens to destabilize the world. The forces of the Jin Empire are already marching out of the Middle Kingdom. 120,000 strong versus 70,000, although it's a long way because they could be at equal strength. It kind of makes you wonder, well, as long as she keeps raising her troops, the economy is just going to get poorer and poorer. Or we can get rid of her too. I mean, she's not good martial-wise, but... Oh, it's the same. But does she have a weapon that gets the martial? No weapons. No martial books. Interesting. And she's depressed already. Anybody want to get rid of her? No? Alright. Just to wake him up. Following the Sage of Isis, Samrat Chakravarti and Rajaditya Bear Spirit, the Jin Empire has declared war upon Jin de Mortain with the intent of shattering the French Empire. Tamil armies are already marching towards Francia. It seems possible that this spells the end for the Empress's great realm. Just as planned. Honestly, we could have done it during the Crusade, but... I don't know. At times I have foresight, but at times I lack thereof. We beat the Papal army again. Start the offensive. You will be leading the offensive, with your allies too. And you're coming with them. Let's end this already, as we captured many of their commanders. Get back to position. While meanwhile, I've gone myself, did a stupid thing. I was about to say, where am I retreating to? Oh, this army then. Okay, fair enough. Hold it here. Bring the very best. Do we have a siege leader somewhere? No? I'll be sure to get one. Any of you around here siege leader? Or any good at in any form? Because I know we brought a lot of you. Really, none at all. Don't worry, there's other ways. There's an easy way. Bring the salon woman over. Claim of Moram Ariza. She's quick-minded too. Maybe if we're lucky, you should marry one of my grandchildren. Or great-grandchildren, I should say. Here you have it. And this war should be over soon if we keep this momentum up. Oh, by the way, I ought to start antagonizing you. You need to be hated. One down. Don't care. And that's up to the grandson, which he's wounded and has cancer. Or you, on the other hand, yeah. That's just Pezza Revolt in Alicia again. They'll take care of it. Yeah, remember, Serbia's the one that's doing all the bulk of the fighting. We Indians, our orders were strict to defend Croatian soil. And we only have one army to make the advance. And it's only 7,000 strong. Backed up by Milan, Hellas, Pisa, and Tau. It's almost over. And Serbia is the one to enforce the demands. Keep that well in mind. Too bad we never got to fight the French army directly, but I think doing that is just as good. %. Well, let's go home, everybody. Even though it's kind of diseased right now, but you are to be disbanded in Zadar, all of you. That's where you'll all be discharged. So, one at a time. Go home too. You too. Don't worry about it. Serbia's going to enforce the demands very, very soon. Are you? I mean, come on, you... Oh, no. He's incapable. Someone's going to have to sign him an instrument of surrender. So, go kill that boy while you can. Because we can't let somebody... I mean, this is what happens when you're inbred, alright? You go into comatose. Your body stops working. And get a spy master over there and get rid of him. We don't even have a spy master. Okay. You, old man. Get the job done. Get rid of the inbred. And the younger, more healthier in Ilia will do the work now. Unless the regent's going to do it for him. Stop! Cancel that order. Stop it! Never mind what I just said. Retinue stays as they are. You two. Who else hasn't come home yet? You still got a few more coming. So now, the Lord, it seems, does not favor the Christian faithful. After a string of defeats and setbacks, Pope Ionis the Ninth has called off the Crusade for Croatia against King Boleslav of Serbia, who isn't even aware this whole thing is over, as they call him the Glorious. Despite being inbred, having a lisp, and incapable, at least he got to live to see, or at least hear the results, if any. If he's even awake. All I gotta say is, it's pathetic of you. Well, meanwhile, that French Empire will soon be destroyed. Which, by the way, where are you? You're still on your way. You're going through the steps. And by the way, this is an event-spawned army. They will take no penalties of lack of supply and nutrition and whatnot. And their commanders are mainly Mongolian veterans. When we fought them in the invasion war. And there's a few Tamil Buddhist commanders. So, we're not ending the episode just yet. We're just gonna have to sit back and wait to watch France get destroyed, which is going to take a while. But at least we get to live in peace. For good. I was bored until I remembered the prisoner in my dungeons. I had so many deliciously cruel ideas on what to do with the prisoner. I finally narrowed down the ideas to two. Slowly reduce the food rations or release rats. Oh, sorry. Get the rats! Now I can die in peace. Okay, that's it. There's no need for mercenaries anymore, but again, you would kind of lose access to, you know, these guys who are, you know, there's a mix of Tamil, Semenesco, in addition of Jayan, so I don't think you would want to get rid of it. I mean, after all, you do have a vassal who's, you know, Semenesco. Should be fine. I mean, nobody's going to be turning them Jain or Buddhist or whatnot. Oh, there's the Chinese army in sight. Their first army groups. Actually, they are taking attrition losses. Damn. Just hope they can handle it. Well, meanwhile, you know, Lithuanian claim for Denmark. You used to be a tributary to Lithuania. I guess you chose sides. And that ain't good of you. There, everybody's home and everybody's happy. At least, I hope. Whoever's still here, disband them. It was 130 of them anyhow. Yeah, that's the first two. More will be coming because they'll be following the steps. Huh? To the unmanly drunkard Semra Chakravarti Rajaditya. My men and I have put up with your leching of our abilities too long now. You failed to treat us with the proper respect on multiple occasions, and therefore we will from now on pay no respect or allegiance towards you. It will be my pleasure to aid your enemies and defeat your armies on the battlefield. That ungrateful, besotted fool. You've cut relations. Now where you are going. Okay. So now, Samrat Chakravarti Rajaditya ascended to heaven at age 71. He died a natural death. And that's all we're going to say about that, as he was one of the greatest warriors that have ever lived in any playthrough. Now, Pantoran. Surrounded by enemies and rivals, we hope that Pantoran's rule is not struck short by means of a dagger in the back. Long live Samurai Chakravarti and Pantoran. Yeah. Now, the great Samurai Chakravarti Rajaditya of India is dead. His soul is awaiting rebirth in the great saga of life, but here on this island must decide how to honor him. But thanks to the mausoleum of Mausolus back there in Lakia, in Anatolia, I have the ability to proper honor him in death. I will commit him to the earth in a ceremony that shall be remembered. I invite all people to come and pay homage to him in a grandiose ceremony. Okay, put everything together. And, I'm not a member of any society. Yes, I am of the Islamic Brotherhood. My goodness, there's a lot of them. I need to get out of here. Get out of here. Before, they'll figure it out. By the way, they said something about, in this, bloodline. Also, get the hell out of this religion. Now, I'm dying of cancer. And also wounded. That's one thing. And treatment successful and very little prestige. In this bloodline of Champion's Blood, they say characters have an easier time joining warrior lodges. What do they mean by that? Whereas there's like only 5 over there. 23 there. But when I look at joining requirements, I don't think it looks any different. Doesn't. At least you got somebody who's, better than I. Sometimes I wish, just kill me right now. I don't care. Married to a Sogdian woman anyhow. Let's just have carousing. Like, maybe I should take my son in. Maybe we'll befriend each other. Maybe we'll make our relations better. Need a better understanding. It was a memorable funeral and procession of full honors for Samurai Chakravarti Rajaditya of India. Everybody will remember how I honored him. Praise the gods. Those who've liked him improve their opinion upon me. Those who hated him might not be pleased. Now, who hated my father? That's the real question. You? Ah, you're Manichaean. Keep your head and then we'll talk. Speaking of which, I hope you're not busy. Which he is. I mean, after all, he's leading troops against the revolt, for which I cannot be blamed. And drink that fountain of... We already had a funeral procession. Quick! Exhume my father's body. It's too late for that. I cannot do a sky burial. The funeral's already set in stone. No, you idiot! The reason you can't do a sky burial is because you are preparing a small feast. You've already made up your mind. One would think, oh, I'm a little too old for this. And I'd rather have him lead. Because why the hell not? See if I can... No! I mean, yeah, I'm doing something foolish again. Like, I have cancer, I'm wounded. Why don't I just pick up a disease? you know, have someone younger to lead. That's just me being nutty again. It's already the end of the series, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. More Chinese troops will be moving in, despite the very long way, and our tributary state decided to stop paying tribute, and King Boleslav, who's still in coma, calls us weak and claims we are unable to defend his realm. Okay, fine. So Arabia left us, and now Serbia will go on its own destiny, which I can respect that, because they've made so many good gains, so they don't need India's help anymore. So we only wish you the best. No need to go to war against him to make him pay tribute back to us. Serbia is independent for good at the end of this playthrough, so it deserved her freedom. She fought for it. Serbia deserves it. I'll give him that. Oh yeah, they're losing troops. Not to the Chinese, I think. She has 30,000. You still have way more. Yeah, you could definitely destroy them. As I said, I will not end this episode until I see it destroyed. Oh, and as a giant, I cannot burn people into this stake. One would think is, you know, we could end this nonsense right now, but I mean, the treatment's fine. But if I get any sicker by this disease here, and have someone younger to rule. So now they're entering the area of French territory, going through Savoy, which is probably the first place to besiege. Yes, Savoy is going to be the first to fall. Let me see this. Alright. Put him here. Alright, more Chinese troops are going to be moving in now. And some of the other stuff. And Latin Empire for Leon. Okay. That's over there in Spain, mind you, which, yes, we control that too. I don't care what people think of me. They won't hear from me for long. So now the Chinese are entering into French territory. I was about to say, well, like in case if our spy masters loses sight of them, I might as well raise up an army, split them up into tiny forces, and just scatter them in the French countryside. So we'll know what's going on exactly. Look, the Empire will be destroyed. It's guaranteed to happen. Because more and more are going to be pouring in. Yeah, sit back and watch the Western world burn. Let me drink to that. Yeah, the Chinese invasion of Francia was Plan B, in case if the Crusade didn't go well, but we decided go forward with it anyway. And once it's destroyed, and that's the reason why I said this is the final episode, because these next 70 years of this playthrough would just be repetitive. Where it's just, you've done all you could, alright? That's the way I want it to end. I want a highly destructive... hold on. Let me rephrase that. I wanted to end this series on a highly destructive note. And that destructive part is the destruction of this empire. 72. Yep, taking more and more territory. 72% war score. Till we say goodbye to the French Empire. You got your wish. 78, 91, 92. It's coming. University in Pex. Wait a minute. Pex? Like down there? Yeah. Down there. In Serbia. You know, the land of Buddhists. It's 92% war score. And it's gone! News from China. After the defeat of Empress Jean, the hands of the Protector General Silvera, France has been dismantled. The vassals are relieved and are now free from the grasp of the Empress. Further in the east is reported that Chola Parantaka, Empress Shizuoka, is very pleased with the outcome. Once again, the Jins displayed the might of the dragon. There were no match for the Jin Empire. And with the Empire falling in disarray, even this shining institution falls into disuse. A strong ruler could hold it all together, but Rana Banja diverted his focus from culture to more pressing matters. It's good while it lasted. Wait a minute, the local Imperial Academy? Is that what you mean by that? Oh, I think they meant the French one. So, well, they're all kingdoms now. Not quite what I would get, but only because that man holds all the kingdom titles. All primogeniture. And this would make all the vassals hate each other. You know, everybody wants to have, you know, their control or that control. And this is what's left of her empire, which, well, she's still attracted me by sex appeal. That's the same person. And Burgundy, I was about to say, why do I see, yeah, these are Hindus in here. Hindustani, interestingly enough. So it's like, yeah, we destroyed their empire, but the remnants still remain, but even if we continue on this playthrough, I think they would have just fought amongst each other, grabbing territory for each other, pushing their claims and whatnot. And I'm not terribly worried about the Latin Empire. They're not a real empire in a sense, since they're just pretty much broken apart piece by piece and whatnot. So, tell you what, when it's October, we'll hold one last Diwali to end that series on that note. I can usurp 2 of these, but who cares? I've done what I've done. Alright? Hope there's no peasant revolt by then. Legalism. Yep. Superly cultured empire. Oh yeah, I forgot to look up the kill count. I promised to you people to look up that kill count of that previous leader when he's dead. We'll have that looked at after Diwali. The Jain Diwali, by the way, since I'm Jain. Alright. Let's read it as it is. To properly celebrate the seasonal feast, I should invite all my vassals. I have my scribe write the letters and send them off. The messenger's satchel is decorated with flowers. It will be a grand feast. Everybody's coming. In the Indian autumn feast, Tradition dictates I offer a gift to my spouse. I've planned for this and buy something before the feast begins. A jeweled necklace would be perfect. You spend it. Spend as you like. The castle is decorated with flowers and colorful tapestries, carpets, and ribbons. All the guests have arrived, and there's a bustle of people, all eager and full of festive spirit. It's time for the feast to begin. Welcome all. I'm sitting at the table during the feast, enjoying the food and drink. Suddenly I heard wild chattering and screaming. A group of small monkeys have entered through an open window, and they quickly spread the hall, causing chaos. They pull people's hairs and clothes, steal food, spill wine, drink wine, and defecate on the tables. The feast hall is in an uproar. Oh my. Again, like if there were any giants in this room and me, I'm like, let the monkeys do what they want. We're not allowed to, interfere. That would be violence against the monkeys. Leave them alone. So all I could say is, whoop, nothing I can do about that. They made a mess, and one would think is, if I was more devoted, I would have joined this society, but really don't care at this point. Again, end of this series. Sorry about that, people. At the feast, it is time for the traditional ceremony of gifts. My wife's overjoyed with the magnificent gift. You are a Buddhist, but glad you appreciate it. Now, the darkest night of the Diwali is here, the most important night of the feast. Candles and lamps are lit everywhere. The guests stroll across the painted and decorated floor wearing colorful dress. Rich and sweet food is served. The attainment of Nirvana of Lord Mahavira, the last Tirthankar, is celebrated with the victory of good over evil and knowledge over ignorance. Let us celebrate. Yes, the feast is over, but it didn't quite turn out as I had hoped. As guests made her back home, I sit down and ponder what went wrong. Maybe next time will be better. Well, maybe to some people they think, oh, that was fun, the monkeys, we never had that before. Maybe to the more lunatic ones in the realm, they think it's funny. But, yes, that's how we end this series. The Indian Empire spanned from modern-day Bangladesh all the way to Spain and Portugal. Quite possibly the biggest empire I've ever ran. It could have gone even bigger if I choose to run this series more, but I believe it would just only be repetitive from there. It would get a bit boring, doing what we've already accomplished in this series. Comparing with Croatia, which was the previous biggest empire I've ran, or Syria for that matter, the other playthrough before this one, I think I would say this is probably by far the best series I've ever done in terms of accomplishment. And it's kind of ironic that, we began this series with, evil and violence. But here, we've ended in peace with Jainism. I mean, sure, the monkey business. Don't worry about that. What matters is it was a victory of good versus evil, of good over evil. In a way, during this defense of Serbia, which is now independent, as they chose to be, and we decided we will not interfere. You have proven yourself, and we will support you any way we can. And so I guess we will end that series on that note. But again, you can all go back and relive some of the great episodes of the Chola series. And let's not forget the greatest warrior that ever lived in his playthrough, Rajaditya Bear Spirit, as we never said a proper goodbyes, because that man was a killer. 133 kills. His death date was the 10th of January, and his last kill belonged to this man who died in the dungeons along with the rest of them. Yeah, he killed a lot of people. Burned the stake, slain, dungeons, mass executions. Yeah, he did a lot of them. I mean, I already have one died in dungeons, but because they were still there. Nothing you could do about that. So, I want to say you people right now, before we will put a close to this brilliant series that I've done. Now, as a reminder, the next series, which will feature the Sogdians, where it'll take place in Sogdiana, or Transoxiana, this area here that you see there, that's where this next series is going to take place in 769 AD, which means the Sogdians would be under occupation by the Muslims, but there's only like this one Muslim emirate, but he lives in a land full of Zoroastrians, Buddhists, Zoroastrian heretics, and to a much lesser extent Nestorian Christians that live in the area where, yeah, they all hate the emir, but they don't want to rebel openly yet. It's going to be another classic underdog story of a small culture such as the Sogdians. And to tell you the truth, people, and this may surprise you, I've already made recordings for the Sogdian series. I've been doing this weeks and months in advance. I've started it just last month. But the first episode will not be posted here in March nor in April, but rather, and I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to mark your calendars. The first episode of the Sogdian series of Crusader Kings 2 will be coming in May 4th. May 4th, 2020 is when the new series for the Sogdians will begin. In which, what preview I can tell you since I made recordings of events? Let's just say the story of the Sogdians is going to be similar to the story of the Bosnians and the Tamils in a way where you got the Bosnian heart and courage with the Tamil tenacity. And the Sogdians will have the combination of both, at least in that dynasty, ruled by, which is currently being ruled by foreigners from an empire just south of Sogdiana. And yes, we will be Zoroastrians in that playthrough. It'll be another Zoroastrian playthrough for the first time since Croatia, which, unlike the Croatian playthrough where we imported Zoroastrianism here, instead we're doing it in an area where Zoroastrianism originated, at least roughly around the area, either Sogdiana or Bactria. It depends on what scripture you read or scholars you hear from. So get ready, 4th of May. Unless you've been watching it earlier, then I will remind you again. New series, The Sogdian Saga, begins on May the 4th, 2020. So now, as we will say farewell to the Indian series, as I will resign here, as we will look at the past leaders and their length of their rule. And we'll show you that right now. Here's the final score. And here's the rulers. It started with Dakor Ivrajadicha the Shallow, 15 years. Parantaka the Pious, 37 years. Maharaja Periapalai the Wise, 9 years. Vikramaditya the Lame, 28 years. Parantaka II, 11 years. Irajadiraja the Champion, 59 years. Vijayaditya the Scholar and founder of the empire. Navrani the Cruel, 32 years. Irajaraja the Cruel, 24 years. Parana Narayan the Butcher, which, by the way, he was also the first Brahmin ruler and was, widely hated by Hindus. Vikramaditya of son of the Vinyakas, 28 years. Nantivarman Chola, 2 years, unfortunately. The first ever Samrat Chakravartin of India, Periapalai, the Enlightened, 67 years. Iraja Sakara, the Conqueror, 12 years. Vikramaditya, the Terrible, 27 years. Vijayalaya, the Troubadour, 29 years. Navrani the Victorious, 47 years. Samrajni Chakravartin Aryapalai the Tenacious. Vijayaditya the Fair, 12 years. Now, Samrat Chakravartin Irajaditya, Bear Spirit, 70 years. And then there's, the current one. Also, I want to go back. Does that make him the longest reigning? 70 years, by the way? Yeah, 3 years longer than Periapala, which I thought it was the longest reign ever. No, it was Bear Spirit. He was around longer. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And to Indians from India that have been watching this and enjoying this series. As I said, Chola is probably the greatest series I've ever done in Crusader Kings 2. But I highly doubt that in my Sogdian playthrough, or the last one, by near the end of the year, that I would ever replicate the same successes I had with India. Our stories and destinies will take us to different paths. It probably won't not likely follow the same successes as Chola. I don't think I'll ever top it. All I can do is just, let's tell this another great story, another good underdog story of a small culture that is being neglected by foreigners, and see if they can rise up and retake their lost land. That's the common theme here. Another good underdog story. Reminder, one more time, the Sogdian Saga begins on May 4th. So now, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope to see you in the next series. Until then, so long for now. And coming from a Jayan ruler, he would also likely say, and we wish you peace.